The illusion of waiting life is often compared to a series of doors. Some are open, some are closed, and some are locked with keys we've misplaced or never been given. For years, you've been standing in front of one particular door, waiting for it to open. It's a door you've invested so much in, hopes, dreams, endless thoughts. But what if the real question isn't about waiting for the door to open, but about whether it's worth your time to keep standing there? The door represents someone who has captivated your heart and mind, someone who has become a central figure in your life's story. Yet, despite your longing and dedication, this door remains stubbornly shut. It's not just closed, it's as if it's been bolted from the other side. You find yourself in a constant state of anticipation, hoping for a change, a sign, or a gesture that validates your waiting. But is the waiting really worth it? You might have told yourself countless times that this is just a phase, that eventually things will change. You imagine scenarios where the door swings open and everything falls into place. The romance, the validation, the happiness you've dreamed of. Yet the more you wait, the more you begin to question, what if this door is meant to remain closed? This chapter begins with the powerful realization that waiting for someone who doesn't recognize your worth is a disservice to yourself. It's a captivating hook, an invitation to question whether you're investing your time and energy in something that may never come to fruition. The cost of waiting. Every minute spent waiting for someone who doesn't value you is a minute lost from living your own life to its fullest. Waiting isn't passive, it's an active choice that affects your present and future. Think of all the moments that have slipped through your fingers, all the experiences you've missed, and all the opportunities you've sacrificed because you were fixated on someone who isn't reciprocating your feelings. The cost of waiting goes beyond missed moments. It seeps into your self-esteem, your happiness, and your sense of self-worth. Each day of waiting can chip away at your confidence, making you feel as though you're not good enough, not worthy of reciprocated love. This chapter explores the emotional and psychological toll of waiting and how it affects your well-being. As you wait, you may start to redefine your value based on someone else's actions or inactions. You might find yourself questioning your worth, believing that if only you could prove yourself or change in some way, the door would finally open. But the harsh reality is that someone who doesn't see your worth from the beginning is unlikely to ever do so. The cost of waiting is steep, more than you may realize. It's time to face the truth and reclaim what you've lost.
Recognizing your own value. To stop waiting for someone who isn't worth it, you first need to recognize your own value. This chapter is a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. It's about understanding that your worth isn't defined by someone else's acknowledgement, but by your own perception and self-love. Start by examining your strengths, passions, and achievements. Reflect on the qualities that make you unique and valuable. What are the things that set you apart? What do you bring to the table that is irreplaceable? This self-assessment isn't about vanity. It's about recognizing the inherent worth that exists within you, independent of external validation. Affirmations and positive self-talk become crucial tools in this chapter. Embrace daily practices that reinforce your self-worth. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and who recognize and appreciate your value. By shifting the focus from waiting for someone else to acknowledge your worth, you begin to acknowledge it yourself. The liberation of letting go. Letting go is one of the most liberating actions you can take. It's a step toward freedom from the constraints of waiting and longing. This chapter delves into the emotional process of letting go and how it opens up new possibilities for growth and happiness. Start by understanding that letting go doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're choosing to move forward. It's about releasing the grip on something that isn't serving you and allowing space for new opportunities. The act of letting go is powerful. It's a declaration of self-respect and self-love. Explore the emotions associated with letting go: grief, relief, hope. Each of these feelings plays a role in the process. It's natural to grieve the loss of what you hoped for, but it's also important to embrace the relief of freeing yourself from the waiting. Hope becomes the driving force that propels you toward new experiences and possibilities. Embracing new opportunities. With the weight of waiting lifted, you find yourself in a new space, one full of potential and opportunity. This chapter focuses on how to seize new opportunities and embrace the changes that come with letting go. Begin by setting new goals and pursuing passions that may have been sidelined. Explore interests and activities that excite you, things you may have neglected while waiting. This is a time to rediscover yourself and your desires. Meet new people and form connections that enrich your life. By opening yourself up to new experiences and relationships, you create a positive feedback loop of growth and fulfillment. Embracing new opportunities means welcoming change and being open to what life has to offer, without the shadow of waiting holding you back. Building a life worth living. As you move forward, focus on building a life that reflects your values, desires, and aspirations. This chapter is about crafting a life that is fulfilling, meaningful, and independent of someone else's validation. Define what a fulfilling life looks like for you. What are your personal and professional goals? How can you align your daily actions with your long-term vision? Build routines and habits that support your well-being and growth. Surround yourself with supportive people who encourage you to be your best self. Engage in activities that bring you joy and satisfaction. By focusing on creating a life that you love, you reinforce your self-worth and create a foundation for future relationships built on mutual respect and genuine connection. The power of moving on. Moving on is a powerful affirmation of your self-worth and a testament to your resilience. This chapter explores the strength it takes to move on from a relationship or situation that wasn't right for you and the empowerment that comes with it. Understand that moving on is not a sign of defeat, but a declaration of strength. It's about recognizing that you deserve better and that you're ready to embrace new possibilities. Moving on involves embracing change, acknowledging your growth, and setting boundaries that protect your well-being. Reflect on the lessons learned from the experience. What did you discover about yourself? How have you grown? Use these insights to guide you in future relationships and experiences, knowing that moving on has prepared you for something better. Finding the right match. With a renewed sense of self-worth and a life enriched by new opportunities, you become ready to find a relationship that truly complements your life. This chapter focuses on how to identify and attract a partner who recognizes and values your worth. Understand that finding the right match involves knowing what you want and deserve. Reflect on the qualities and values that are important to you in a partner. Be clear about your boundaries and expectations and communicate them openly. Attract a partner who shares your values and goals, someone who respects and appreciates you for who you are. By embodying your self-worth and embracing a life you love, you naturally draw in people who align with your true self, embracing a future filled with possibilities. As you move forward, embrace the future with optimism and excitement. This chapter is about looking ahead and creating a vision for a life filled with possibilities, love, and fulfillment. Celebrate the journey you've been on and the growth you've achieved. Use this newfound clarity and self-love to set ambitious goals and pursue dreams that once seemed out of reach. The future is full of opportunities, and you are now equipped to embrace it with confidence. Encourage yourself to continue growing, learning, and evolving. Life is an ongoing journey, and with each step, you become more aligned with your true self. Embrace the future with an open heart and a readiness to explore all the possibilities it holds. Conclusion: your journey begins now. As you close this chapter, remember that the journey to recognizing your worth and moving on from someone who isn't right for you is an ongoing process. It's about continuously affirming your value, embracing new opportunities, and living a life that reflects your true self. Don't wait for someone who isn't worth it. Instead, focus on becoming the person you were always meant to be. By doing so, you'll find that the right people and experiences will naturally come into your life. Your story is yours to write, and the best chapters are yet to come. Take the first step today. Reflect on the areas of your life where you're still waiting for validation or change. Ask yourself, is it worth it? What would your life look like if you chose to invest in yourself instead? Start making changes that align with your values and desires. Embrace your self-worth and take action toward building a life you love. Your journey begins now. Don't wait for someone who isn't worth it. Live fully, love deeply, and create a future that reflects your true potential. The door you've been waiting for may never open, but that doesn't mean you can't walk through a new one. The future is bright, and it's embracing your power and moving forward. As you reach the end of this journey, take a moment to reflect on the profound transformation you've experienced. The path to realizing your worth and moving away from someone who didn't value you has been both challenging and enlightening. You've traversed through self-doubt, unfulfilled expectations, and the pain of waiting for something that might never come. But through this journey, you've unearthed a deeper understanding of yourself and a greater sense of self-worth. The illusion of waiting. You began with the illusion that waiting for someone's recognition or validation was a necessary part of your journey. This illusion kept you in a state of anticipation, often at the expense of your own happiness and growth. You waited for a sign, a gesture, a moment when things would change, only to realize that true change comes from within. Waiting for someone who isn't willing to see your worth is not just futile, it's an active choice to delay your own happiness. The cost of waiting. Throughout your journey, you've come to understand the significant cost of waiting. It's not just about the time lost or the missed opportunities. It's about how waiting chips away at your self-esteem and sense of worth. Each moment spent waiting is a moment where you've chosen to prioritize someone else's recognition over your own well-being. You've learned that this cost is far too high, and it's time to reclaim what has been lost. Recognizing your own value. The turning point in your journey was realizing your intrinsic value. You have taken steps to understand and embrace your unique qualities, strengths, and achievements. This self-recognition has empowered you to see that your worth is not dependent on someone else's acknowledgement. Your value is inherent, and acknowledging this truth has been crucial in reclaiming your confidence and self-love. Embracing your power and moving forward. As you reach the end of this journey, take a moment to reflect on the profound transformation you've experienced. The path to realizing your worth and moving away from someone who didn't value you has been both challenging and enlightening. You've traversed through self-doubt, unfulfilled expectations, and the pain of waiting for something that might never come. But through this journey, you've unearthed a deeper understanding of yourself and a greater sense of self-worth. The illusion of waiting. You began with the illusion that waiting for someone's recognition or validation was a necessary part of your journey. This illusion kept you in a state of anticipation, often at the expense of your own happiness and growth. You waited for a sign, a gesture, a moment when things would change, only to realize that true change comes from within. Waiting for someone who isn't willing to see your worth is not just futile, it's an active choice to delay your own happiness. The cost of waiting. Throughout your journey, you've come to understand the significant cost of waiting. It's not just about the time lost or the missed opportunities. It's about how waiting chips away at your self-esteem and sense of worth. Each moment spent waiting is a moment where you've chosen to prioritize someone else's recognition over your own well-being. You've learned that this cost is far too high, and it's time to reclaim what has been lost. Recognizing your own value. The turning point in your journey was realizing your intrinsic value. You have taken steps to understand and embrace your unique qualities, strengths, and achievements. This self-recognition has empowered you to see that your worth is not dependent on someone else's acknowledgement. Your value is inherent, and acknowledging this truth has been crucial in reclaiming your confidence and self-love. The liberation of letting go. Letting go has been one of the most liberating experiences. It's not about giving up, but about freeing yourself from the constraints of waiting and unfulfilled expectations. By releasing the grip on something that wasn't meant for you, you've allowed space for new opportunities and experiences. Letting go has been a declaration of your self-respect and a commitment to moving forward. Embracing new opportunities. With the weight of waiting lifted, you've opened yourself up to a world of new possibilities. Embracing new opportunities has allowed you to explore passions, meet new people, and engage in experiences that enrich your life. By focusing on what excites and fulfills you, you've created a positive momentum that propels you toward a brighter future. Building a life worth living. As you move forward, building a life that reflects your values and aspirations becomes paramount. This involves setting new goals, pursuing your passions, and creating routines that support your well-being. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you, and engage in activities that bring joy and satisfaction. By actively shaping a life you love, you reinforce your self-worth and lay the foundation for fulfilling relationships and experiences. The power of moving on. Moving on is a testament to your strength and resilience. It's a powerful affirmation of your self-worth and a sign that you are ready to embrace new beginnings. Moving on involves acknowledging the lessons learned, celebrating your growth, and setting boundaries that protect your well-being. This process prepares you for future relationships and experiences, ensuring that you attract what aligns with your true self. Finding the right match. With a renewed sense of self-worth and a life enriched by new opportunities, you're ready to find relationships that truly complement your life. Knowing what you want and deserve in a partner helps you attract someone who respects and appreciates you for who you are. The right match will align with your values and goals, creating a meaningful and fulfilling connection. Embracing a future full of possibilities. As you look to the future, embrace it with optimism and excitement. The journey you've undertaken has prepared you for a future full of possibilities. Celebrate your progress, set ambitious goals, and pursue dreams that once seemed out of reach. The future holds endless opportunities, and you are now equipped to embrace them with confidence and joy. As you close this chapter, remember that the journey of self-discovery and empowerment continues. Reflect on the areas of your life where you might still be waiting for validation or change. Ask yourself, what would my life look like if I stopped waiting and started living fully? Take action today. Reclaim your time, invest in yourself, and pursue what brings you joy and fulfillment. Let go of what no longer serves you and open yourself to new opportunities. Your journey has prepared you for this moment, and the future is bright with possibilities. The time is now. Don't wait for someone who isn't worth it. Embrace your worth, take charge of your life, and create the future you've always dreamed of. The world is waiting for you to step into your power. Live boldly, love deeply, and let your journey be a testament to the incredible life you are capable of creating.